Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah, and here on my channel I'm posting physiotherapy, lifestyle and travel related. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, notification bell to all so you never miss a video. So for the different angle, we are currently packing up for our honeymoon. I'm going to prop you on here. Yeah, we're currently packing for our honeymoon. So the flat is a mess, and this is the only angle that you won't have to be experiencing the mess. But as I said, it's been a busy year. See, got married, hence why I'm going on a honeymoon. And obviously I had my sarcoma, gone back to rotating as a band 5. So many things have happened in this year. But I want to give you 5 things that I personally will not be taking into 2026 with me as a physiotherapist. The first one being the fact that I don't necessarily allow myself to have a break. And what I mean by that, I don't just mean at work, but sometimes I end up taking parts of work home with me, whether it's the stress of work home with me, or whether it's I'm on a rest day and I'm still looking at the chat, messaging about patients. I'm stopping that, and that's a big thing I'm stopping. Another thing I'm stopping is not selling myself enough in interviews. As I said, I've had a few interviews this year, and in interviews when I've walked out of it, I'm like, I could have mentioned that I've done this and I've done that and I've done this, rather than kind of waiting for a specific question that will allow me to do it. I should kind of like slide it in, or when they ask me, you know, what skills would you bring? Rather than just focusing on the skills, I can drop in the other experiences, you know, sell myself a bit more, because I'd say my resume is pretty decent. Like, I've done a good amount of things in this year alone, let alone my 2 years of being qualified. So I should give myself credit where credit is due and be my own cheerleader when it comes to interviews. The third thing I have written down is not like setting unflexible expectations for myself. Now, this touches on my recent video where I mentioned how going into being a band 5, I only ever saw myself for being a band 5 for 18 months, and currently I'm in a position where I'm at times struggling to deal with the fact that I'm still a band 5, just because that's not where I saw myself in my head being. So trying to stop giving those type of expectations to myself, because it just causes me stress later on down if I don't achieve them. So that's one thing I will try and stop doing. Another thing is letting my CPD recording pile up. Now, I've talked about CPD quite a bit recently. I'm getting a lot better with it, but at the start of the year, I definitely just let it pile up. And when I got onto this new routine of doing things, it was a lot of backtracking, like, when did I do that? When did I do this? Luckily, I track loads of things in my phone calendar, so it helps me be like, okay, I had that in service that day, or I went to this training this day, or I read that webinar that day, kind of thing. So yeah, not letting it pile up is definitely a big thing. And lastly, I've got comparing myself to other physiotherapists. Now, for me, in the whole process of obviously not being, like, not having climbed up from being a 5 within that 18-month period I gave myself, I can't help but like compare myself to people I trained with, or people who I currently work with who have climbed faster than me. It's like, it's natural, but it's also not a good thing that I'm comparing myself. We all have our different paths, and we'll grow at different rates, different times, etc. But it's, you know, easier said than done. I will probably make mistakes along the way and slip back into doing one or two of these things. Don't know what happened with my voice there. One or two of these things, but I'm hoping for the most part I can refrain from bringing them into 2026. Down in the comments below, share what your 5 things are, or maybe even one thing that you're not bringing into 2026 in terms of your mindset or actions that you have for yourself in your career path. But I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.